So fellow Kenyans, hi, how are you doing? And maybe today you could let me know where are you watching from? Which school are you from? Yeah, something of that sort. So let me know at the comment section. Welcome again. And if you're new, don't forget to support me by subscribing and liking my content. It means a lot to me if you just give it a thumbs up, a like. Synopsis of chapter 11. You're only remaining with 3 more chapters. So this is chapter 11. If you haven't checked chapter 1 to chapter 10, I have posted the link in the description. You could click the link to learn more. And in this chapter we have the one Pastor Chiamaka, and he is at the Pinnacle Hotel. He has already been cleared by the security. It was a protocol for you to enter the hotel because you have the 50 heads of states. You have to be checked, and he's already completed the same. At the Pinnacle Hotel, the 50 heads of states were supposed to have a small dinner, but then it was cancelled without any explanation. And Pastor Chiamaka was in there, and he was hoping to meet with his head of state and talk to him face to face, shake his hand and ask him about way Omega. Unfortunately, he did not get that opportunity because the dinner was cancelled. After that, we have the second episode whereby Pastor Chiamaka receives a call from the guide, and the guide wanted to see him in an hour's time. And what was the location? The location was the Simon Hotel, Center Wing, room 2059. And during their conversation, he reminded him how he was jailed by the government or his head of state after pointing the government failures in one of his sermons. In this chapter, all the 4 observers receives a call. The second to receive a call was Comrade Melusi Azimamboyan, and he was thinking, or he was mourning his wife's death. What is the name of his wife? Actually, Zeliza is his wife, who was killed in government retribution. She's been dead for 20 years, and he is still mourning the wife. And because of the pain that he had, he sought to avenge her death. See, a certain thing is coming out at that point. And the guide informed him that he also wants to see him in an hour's time at the Simon Hotel, the same room and at the same wing. To add on that, Saif Tahir and Professor Kimani received the same call with the same instructions. After 1 hour, they met at the Simon Hotel talking about this room. And then they've never met before. They've been talking and he's never revealed his name. And here was the time to reveal their identity and their name. So the introduction was done, and the person who did the introduction is Mr. Tad Longway. He introduced the 4 observers, and together with their guide, who is Dr. Abiola Afolabi. So the whole of this time, the 5 gang of Simon Hotel has been working for Mr. Tad Longway. And Mr. Tad Longway informed the 4 strangers, and call them strangers or the observers, they had been chosen for 4 reasons. And I'm going to read the 4 reasons from my handout. The first reason is because they see Africa has problems. Some present heads of state find it difficult to solve. Reason number 2. They believe in path alpha, not way omega. Reason 3. They have suffered ugly state abuse. They do not want to suffer ever again. 4. They want to address the above 3 issues to the heads of states by making them adopt path alpha and not way omega. All of them had suffered state abuse, and you can begin from Professor Kimani losing his wife and daughter, and then we have Saif Tahir losing his eye on the feast of Allah being destroyed, Comrade Melusi losing his wife, and after fighting or helping the ruler, the leader of his group, when he became the leader, he betrayed him and not appoint him as minister as he had expected. And here we have Pastor Chiamaka, who was jailed, and then he was told never again to be a pastor or to go to church and preach. I'm going to have a full video on the way that the four men suffered, maybe in the next lesson. After Third Langwe informed them of the reasons as to why they were chosen, he welcomed the other speaker, and that is our guide, Dr. Afolabi, and he revealed that he is the one who has been their guide, and he explained to them the reason as to why he concealed his identity, and all of them understood. And additionally, Dr. Afolabi informed the crew that nations normally or usually hold a summit for self-interest. For that reason, the host president is normally given the honor to serve as the chair, but the president of Gambia declined the honor because he did not want to displease anyone. Instead, he wanted to please everybody. He had the other president who had to act on his place. And we can see that he also used a trick. He never wanted to displease anyone. The trick enabled him to have a win-win situation. At this point, you have to connect this trick that the president is using with the trick that Nick Sentinel described to Fiona Mackenzie. And it's the same trick that they are using. And this trick will enable Path Alpha to be on the agenda. So the trick opens a way for Path Alpha. As the chapter ends, because we see Dr. Abiola Afolabi is the advisor to the heads of state. He promised the four observers that he is going to give them an opportunity, 1 minute, to talk to the heads of state and tell them wherever they are willing to tell them. And that is how the chapter ends. They did not say what they are going to say, but they were given that time to go and think about it. That is how the chapter ends. Au revoir, à plus tard.